Kim Soo Hyun breaks silence at first public appearance amid Kim Sae Ron controversy. It was previously announced that Kim Soo Hyun would be holding a press conference. On March 31 at 4:30 p.m., he arrived dressed in a plain suit, his expression somber. As soon as he appeared, reporters' cameras flashed, capturing the moment. Before taking his seat, he bowed at a 90-degree angle as a sign of respect to the reporters and those in attendance. As he began speaking, Kim Soo Hyun addressed the controversy for the first time, expressing remorse for the pain caused and mentioning Kim Sae Ron. "Hello, this is Kim Soo Hyun. First and foremost, I apologize. Because of me, so many people are suffering right now. And the thought that the deceased may not be at peace because of this breaks my heart." During the emergency press conference held at the Stanford Hotel in Seoul, Kim Soo Hyun, alongside his legal representatives from LKB and Partners, stated that even if he had the chance to go back, he would still choose to keep his relationship with Kim Sae Ron private. "Since my debut as an actor, I have been blessed with immense love and support. I was never someone who had much, but suddenly I had so much to protect. Even while Queen of Tears was airing, I felt the weight of my responsibility as the male lead. I constantly worried about the consequences of admitting to my past relationship with the deceased. What would happen to the cast? The hardworking staff? The production company that invested in the show? My management company? How would it affect them all? Each time I was torn between Kim Soo Hyun as a person and Kim Soo Hyun as a public figure, I ultimately made the decision that was best for the celebrity Kim Soo Hyun. And every single day that decision filled me with fear. Because of the choices I made as a public figure. Even if I could turn back time to when the show was airing, I would make the same decisions. If my choices are seen as cowardly and selfish, I accept that. To everyone who has loved and supported me, I deeply apologize." Kim Soo Hyun stated that if given the chance to turn back time, he would still choose to keep his relationship with Kim Sae Ron private. "Since my debut as an actor, I have received immense love. I was never someone who had much, but suddenly I had so much to protect. Even during the airing of Queen of Tears, I felt a great responsibility as the male lead. I worried about the consequences of admitting to my past relationship with the deceased. What would happen to the cast? The hardworking staff? The production company that invested in the show? My management company? How would it affect them all? Every time I faced a conflict between Kim Soo Hyun as a person and Kim Soo Hyun as a public figure, I ultimately made the decision that was best for the celebrity Kim Soo Hyun. And every single day that decision filled me with fear. Because of the choices I made as a public figure. Even if I could go back to when the show was airing, I would make the same decisions. If my choices are seen as cowardly and selfish, I accept that. To everyone who has loved and supported me, I deeply apologize." Earlier in the press conference, he confirmed that he had been in a relationship with Kim Sae Ron for 1 year in 2020. While his previous statement asserted that their relationship only began after she reached legal age, evidence presented by Kim Sae Ron's bereaved family suggested otherwise. Kim Soo Hyun admitted to having been in a relationship with Kim Sae Ron and expressed deep remorse for initially denying it when she posted a selfie of the two. "I think of myself as a coward. All this time I have been focused on holding on to what I have. I failed to recognize the kindness extended to me, and I was terrified of losing everything. I kept hiding. That's why it took me so long to come forward. I kept wondering how things might have turned out if I had held a press conference from the very beginning. If I had done that, I wouldn't have caused so much pain to the fans who love and support me, or to the staff at my management company. Every time a new revelation about me and the deceased surfaced, I kept telling myself, tomorrow I will tell the truth. I will reveal everything and put an end to this nightmare. But each time I hesitated. I was afraid of what would happen after my confession. What if I ruined everything and hurt the people around me?" When Queen of Tears was airing, and the deceased posted a picture of us together, I felt the same fear. The deceased and I were in a relationship for about a year, 5 years ago, 4 years before Queen of Tears aired. However, at that time I chose to deny our relationship. I fully acknowledge that I deserve the criticism for my actions. He expressed regret over previously denying the relationship but continued to assert that their time together was not as prolonged as her family claimed. "I could not bring myself to admit to something that was untrue even under threat. Now I will address what everyone wants to know the most. I did not date the deceased, Kim Sae Ron, when she was a minor. Kim Soo Hyun remained visibly emotional as he continued to speak about his relationship with Kim Sae Ron. Then I wouldn't have caused so much suffering to the fans who love and support me, or to the staff at my management company. The actor remained in tears as he delivered his closing statement. He then walked out of the conference hall, away from the reporters and cameras. The claim that I ignored the deceased and that she made a tragic decision to end her life because of my management company is not true. We were like any other couple. We loved each other and then we broke up. After that, I did not keep in touch with the deceased. Like most couples who break up, it was not easy for me to contact her after we had separated, especially since we were both well-known celebrities. He further explained why he did not reach out to her, even after her DUI incident, emphasizing that they were under the same label at the time. When we were signed under the same agency, I knew how she was doing, so I did not reach out. That's why when she got into the DUI accident, I did not reach out to her either. A YouTube channel speaking on behalf of her family claimed that she was struggling because of me, but from what I know, she was dating someone else at that time. He firmly stated that he would not admit to actions he did not commit. I have people I'm responsible for. People who are relying on me at this very moment. Every day I have to watch them suffer. What will be exposed today? Will they accuse me of being a murderer again? But if I were to admit to things I have not done, I would be betraying everyone who has loved and supported the star Kim Soo Hyun. What I did not do, I did not do. For everyone who continues to believe in me, I want to make that clear. I'm not asking anyone to blindly trust my words. I will prove these things. Thank you. Kim Soo Hyun strongly denied the accusations against him, including claims that he dated Kim Sae Ron when she was a minor. If I have done anything wrong, I am fully prepared to take responsibility. That is only right. However, I cannot admit to something I did not do. The recordings and testimonies presented by the family as evidence were all created after this controversy began. The same applies to the KakaoTalk messages they initially disclosed. These messages contain numerous factual inaccuracies. The photo they claimed was from 2016 was actually taken in 2019. The deceased, of all people, would not have misstated our age gap. Nor would they have provided incorrect details about the name and contract period of their agency, the very agency they were with for 4 years. Additionally, the deceased never participated in casting or directing for my agency. Recently, the family held a press conference where they revealed KakaoTalk messages they claimed to be conversations between me and the deceased. On YouTube, these 2016 messages are being used to falsely portray me as a pedophile and someone who groomed a minor. I also submitted these messages for forensic analysis, and the results confirmed that the messages were doctored. Moreover, the person speaking to the deceased in the 2016 messages is not the same person from the 2018 messages. To verify this, I submitted all relevant conversations, the 2016 and 2018 chats provided by the family, as well as my own recent chats with acquaintances, to a scientific forensic institution for analysis. The conclusion: the institution determined that the individual in the 2016 messages is not the same as the one in the 2018 messages. This has been the most distressing part of this controversy. Whenever my agency and I respond to the family's accusations, they suddenly release new recordings, all created after the controversy began. They manipulate timelines, selectively edit chat images, and continue fabricating statements and evidence. I am willing to accept any criticism for the choices I have made. However, falsehoods do not become the truth. Just as I had my messages scientifically verified, I will ensure that every piece of evidence presented by the family undergoes thorough investigation by the appropriate authorities. If their claims are valid, I urge them to submit all evidence to law enforcement and undergo legal scrutiny. Even now, there are people who depend on me, people for whom I am responsible. I see them suffering and breaking down every day. I fear what fabricated evidence and false testimonies will be used against me next. But if I were to surrender and accept falsehoods as truth, I would not only be betraying myself but also everyone who has ever believed in me. I will not ask for your trust, but I promise to prove the truth. Thank you. To ensure the truth is revealed, we have decided to pursue legal action. We have filed a criminal complaint and a civil lawsuit against those involved, including the bereaved family, an individual claiming to be the aunt, and the operator of the Garosero YouTube channel.